guys, it's April. Our moderator, admin Louise, came up with a cute little mask card, and she asked me if I would make a tutorial video on it for you guys. She doesn't do tutorials, and several of you had asked her, so she asked me if I would make one. So I'm going to attempt to make her card for you guys, and hopefully I won't make any boo-boos. But I've got my card base, and I'm using the Seafoam Green from Cricut on that. And then I cut my panels out of some, it's not paper, but it's a little, well, it's paper, but it's a thicker paper. I'm going to say it's around a 65 pound. And I cut that for my panels, and we are just going to use some art glitter glue here, and I am going to place those panels on the card, and we're going to line those up. And I'm just going to flip it over. I did cut a panel for the back as well. You may want to use your panel on the inside where you're going to do a message. And I think that's the way I'm going to do mine, because I really don't want to do the back. So I'm going to do mine on the inside where I can do some messages in there. But you can put it on the front, you can put it on the back, put it on the inside. You can eliminate this piece altogether if you want. It's totally up to you and what you want your card. So if you're doing stamping or something and you're using a textured cardstock, this might be an option for you, is to stamp on something that's not textured and then place that inside your card so that you've got a smooth texture to stamp on, which is what I plan on doing, and that's one of the reasons why I want smooth inside. So then I've got my card base ready to go. I changed up the circle that she has in there for, I wanted to opt for a heart. So I used a scalloped heart in Design Space, and we're just going to put that on the front. And you should have, if you cut yours in circles, you should have 2 circles. And I don't know if this heart's going to work or not. We're going to try it and see. And then I'm going to place my other inner heart on that liner. This paper, I don't know where it's from. I think it's from out of an old craft magazine. This pink paper is Amy Tangerine. I got it out of a 6x6 paper pad, sketchbook paper pad, by Amy Tangerine. You can, I don't know if it's discontinued or not. I've had it for a while. But you can find whatever you have, use what you have. So then I've got that set up. Then I changed up my words a little bit, and I did some writing on Cricut, and I used that same Angie Tangerine paper. I've got a little bit of paper fuzz there. And then I cut my, excuse me, I'm sorry, I forgot to silence my phone, and my doorbell is going off. There we go. And then I cut this banner from the Amy Tangerine and the top piece from my Cricut. So I'm just going to go in there, my Cricut Seafoam, and I'm just going to put some glue around this banner edging, and hopefully I won't drop it on my card and get glue everywhere, because that is not part of the plan. And then we're just going to line that. And art glitter glue has no glitter in it. It dries matte, it dries clear, so if you were to drop it or you get out of the lines like that, it's not going to show. Once it's dry, it'll be okay. And then I'm going to place that right about there in the center. And you can pop dot this up. As a matter of fact, no, I'm not going to pop dot that up because I'm doing the mask on there and it will be 3-dimensional enough. I'm just going to place that right there. We'll let it live right there. So now I have that. I can't wait to see your face again. Her little slogan. And then if you got her file before we did this, you might want to duplicate this piece, because we decided to duplicate it. And your mask piece is going to have the score lines on it. And you're going to start from the bottom, and you're going to mountain fold, and then the next score line you're going to valley fold. And then you're going to mountain fold and valley fold. mountain fold, and valley fold. And I just pre-folded these before I got started because I can't see well enough. I turn my light on bright enough to where I can see the score lines on this pattern paper, then it will wash out and you guys can't see what I'm doing. And hopefully I am doing this right. She has two little strips in there that you can use for the earpieces. Use a piece of cardstock and you're just going to work that cardstock in back and forth, and you can do it that way. I think I've got that way too big. I'm just going to lay it right there on my mat. I just need a little piece. I think this is for like the little earpieces, but I wanted to go with cord on mine. You can do yours any way that you want, and I kind of like that. So I'm just going to do two pieces that size. I might even make it just a tiny bit shorter. Well, I can push it in. We'll see. I know that that will give me what I need. So I'm just going to cut myself a couple pieces of cord for my earpieces. And then I am going to, I think, use a glue dot at this point, if I can find them on my desk. Let's see here. I found them. Well, I found another box. But I'm just going to take and get a glue dot, in case you guys don't know what those are. Just glue dots. And they're just super sticky. And I'm going to take one of these panels. You should have two if you duplicated it in there. And I'm just going to stick it down right there on that cardstock. And then I'm going to get another one on the other side. And I'm just going to stick that one down too. Just so I got a couple of loops on each end. And again, she did add some strips in there that you can use if you want to use cardstock instead. Maybe emboss it, or you can use a small piece of elastic scrap that you have. Just use what you've got. I'm just going to stick that one down. And then I'm going to stick that one down. One's a little longer. Bring that in a little bit. Yeah. Because we're not going to see that once we're done. So then you're going to take, I don't know how she did hers actually. She told me and I read through it. But I am just going to glue and see if this works. Hopefully it works. Just going to glue my accordion fold together. I'm just going to hold it till that glue takes. Just put a little dab in here on each one of these. And the little valleys, I'm going to glue those down. Got glue on my hand, it's squishing out. Just want those to take. There we go. Just get them to, they have a hair or something in there. Let's see, got it. Just want this to kind of adhere so that it kind of stays in place for this next step. I must have missed doing those top ones. Go back on the other valley and get those. There we go. So yours should be looking just about like that right now, okay? And then I'm just going to come down here, and you can, I would not use a red line tape or anything like that on this portion, simply because it's going to have some stress on it when we go to bend it, and you want to make sure that your folds, your mountain folds, are going upward, okay? We're just gonna, maybe I shouldn't have glued that. I'm gonna stretch it to fit. Just gonna stretch it out on the ends. Maybe I can pull it loose from my glue. Make sure you're gluing that to fit on this base. I shouldn't have glued that one strip, but that's okay. Because it's going to get covered on the sides anyway, so you don't have to worry if you glued yours. Don't glue yours there like I did. I just want it to hold in there. Just going to glue it down. Then I'm going to come back here on this strip. Now that I've got it held, and I'm going to glue those together. I still have a hair. Give me just a second. I keep seeing it. Maybe you guys don't see it, baby. I don't know if it's a glue hair or a fiber off of that cord. I think I got it now. And I'm just going to come back over here and glue this one. Art glitter glue dries pretty quickly. Got it to. So now I have that glued there. So now I'm just going to kind of fan this. See if I can't get a little bend going in it. Like she did. She got a good bend in hers. I'm just going to kind of poke my finger up in there to get that bend going. And then I'm just going to kind of force it out right there in the middle, because we can fold that back up. Just kind of working it and pressing on, just kind of working and pinching, okay? Each one of these ribs in the back. And then we can work that back in there. I am even going to go as far as to put them back. Then I'm going to take my Cricut paper crafting mat and my flower working tool and kind of work that. Kind of tore mine right there. Don't tear yours. I'm saying that a paper will work better. This is a thick cardstock that I'm using, guys. It's thick, it's sturdy. There we go. That's just going to allow it to break down a little bit. Give it a little fold there and then flare it back out. A paper, I think, a thinner paper like copyweight paper might do better than what I'm using. I'm not sure what she used on hers. I don't want to tear it. You just keep working it. You can get it. We're going to get there. I'm gonna put a little piece of tape back behind that where I tore mine. You guys won't have to do this, but I tore mine, so I just don't want it to tear anymore. Now I've lost it. It's just a tiny tear. There it is. Just to kind of reinforce it. Back there. There we go. Okay, now that I've got it worked, I'm going to put this top panel on it. And I am just guessing that this is really the way it goes together. I'm just going to glue all of those down all the way around to give it that little bit of a mask look. And then, not sure how she got that pulled out there. Okay, I kind of see what she did here. I think you're just going to have to work and play with it, guys. But I'm pulling these two up, and then I'm pushing that rib right there. Okay, so I pulled these two up and then pushed this rib in, and it gave me that look. So super simple, super easy. You just got to work with it, and it probably, again, won't be that difficult for yours if you're not using a really thick, stiff cardstock like I am. I just like the look of that cardstock, so that's why I picked it. And then I am going to use, get my frame up there. My frame is a little bit off, but get yours on straight. Mine's already dried, so I can't move it. I'll just take I'll take one of my Copic markers in the pink color and color that in so it won't show. So there you go. And we're just going to decide where we want it on the card. And I think I want it right there. And I am going to use, I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I want it to stay. So I'm going to glue one side and then the other, just so I can hold it in position. Just going to hold that down while it glues. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the back side here for this one and give it that little push in so that it separates. Because after you've played with it and worked it, it's going to pop up there. Totally worth the little bit of time it takes to get that fold going. Super cute, super cute. How cute is that? Good idea, Louise. Great instruction that you gave me on that so that I can make this tutorial for these guys. I hope you guys are enjoying her file. Please give a shout out and a thank you to her for it. And we will catch you on the next video. You guys have a wonderful day.